Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here, and this is my review of Ghostbusters 2016. So we have a whole new team of busters here, an all-female cast, and it's basically the same thing as the original Ghostbusters. They trying to prove the existence of ghosts and prove it they do. So they got some ghost busting to do. That's as simple as the premise is. Now, this movie has caused a lot of hoopla. I don't think there's any other film that came out this year that I heard so much naysayers and negativity. I believe the trailer is like the most hated trailer of all time on YouTube. It's like, it's ridiculous, you know? And to hate on something, you haven't seen it, you haven't experienced it, it's always something that has irked me. I don't understand how you could despise something without, now granted there are a lot of things you can despise without experiencing it, right? But when it comes to movies and art and music and stuff, to just hate on something without actually trying to say, well, I heard it or I saw it and I didn't like it, that is just bullshit to me. I that makes no sense to me, right? That's just being closed-minded. When it comes to the original Ghostbusters, I will admit that I'm not a hardcore fan. You know, I like the Ghostbusters. I actually enjoyed part two more than I did part one. Growing up, that's the one that stuck with me. But to say that I am this hardcore fan, not really. No, I'm not. So maybe that's why I won't be as offended by this movie as other people would be. That being said, judging it on its own merit, this movie was very entertaining. I enjoyed this movie for, like, I would say like 85% of this movie was really good. The cast here, we have Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, and I can't remember the Chris Hemsworth is in this, and there's another SNL character. She usually plays Ellen on SNL. Can't remember her name, but she was my favorite. She's just crazy. I love a crazy character. I don't think she's the kind of person that would exist in real life, that she's that level of crazy, but she just had me in stitches from beginning to end. I thought she had some of the best scenes in this movie, and she has an action sequence in this movie that I really enjoyed. The visuals of this movie, okay, here's when this movie really works. It, for me, visually, when the ghosts were one-on-one, when it was a case of like you just see Slimer, who looked really good. I mean, I thought they did a great job with Slimer. When you see like they had to deal one-on-one with these apparitions, I think that's when you saw how good these ghosts look. Now, as you guys know, I am always, I will always say practical effects versus CGI any day of the week, right? Especially when it comes to horror. Not that Ghostbusters is horror, but you know, it's ghosts. I always think practical effects look so much better, and that's what that's what makes the movies of the 80s so fun, is that there was a lot more practical effects. These were artists building these things with their hands and giving us something that felt like you could touch it, and therefore making it seem real and real terrifying or real fun. All these things felt real. Here there's so much CGI. Now, when they use the CGI one-on-one, this movie works really well. The designs of the ghosts look really well. There was one in the subway tunnel that I really liked. It was a guy who had been executed in prison. I thought that looked really good. The first ghost they bounced up in the haunted manor looked really good. But then when they have that scene where all the spirits rise at the same time and they're all attacking the city, that's when things get hokey, because it just becomes blue blurs and green blurs. You can't really make out any one significant thing. It's only when it's attacking like a one-on-one, like the guy on his stilts and stuff. And when I say these things, they're in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. That's when it looks good. Whenever it gets massive, on a massive scale, it just looks terrible. It's too much. You can't make out the designs, and it loses in that instant. Another positive for this movie is the interactions between the cast. There's a cast of really, really funny ladies. A lot of them are SNL alumni, with the exception of Melissa McCarthy, but she herself is a strong comedic actress and she has hosted SNL from time to time. When, I don't know, when they work together, when the scenes focused on them, it would be really funny. Not all the time, not all the jokes worked. I don't know how much of it was improv and how much of it was written and by Paul Feig, but maybe the written stuff was the stuff that was really funny, and maybe the improv stuff would fall a little flat, or vice versa. I'm not sure, but most of it worked. Most of it was really funny. I thought Leslie Jones was hilarious. Like I said, I'm so sorry. I'll look up the actress's name and I'll put it up on screen for you guys. The actress who plays the engineer in the group, I thought she was hilarious. Like I said, she's weird, but she's my kind of weird. I love crazy cookie characters like that, and she's just crazy, and I love her, and she's a crazy genius. And there are their moments work really well. Leslie Jones has one a really funny, really creepy moment in this movie with some mannequins. I hate anything with dolls coming to life, and that's my little phobia. I don't like those kind of things. So those type of scenes worked really well, and these ladies are very funny. Chris Hemsworth, he was hit and miss for me, but you know what? As the movie went along, I thought he worked better. I think he is a strong comedic actor. I have seen him do comedy before, and he was hilarious in that movie. Oh my God, National Lampoon's Vacation, or Vacation, or whatever they called it. I thought his character was the best, one of the best things about that movie. And here, as the movie goes along, I think he finds what he's trying to do with his character, and it works. It works as it goes along, but in the beginning he just feels like he doesn't fit. As for the cameo appearances, and you expect to see cameo appearances in a movie like this, I think it worked really well. I mean, none of it stuck out like, hey, look who, oh my gosh, look who. It fit, even though yes, it is cameo appearances by the original cast. They didn't stick out. It flowed. It was cohesive with the story, with the script, and I think that's what you're looking for. That's what works. So I enjoyed those little moments, you know, and I'm sure there were like 100 million Easter eggs in this movie. Like I said, I'm not a hardcore Ghostbusters fan, so I didn't notice every single one. I am proud to say that I pointed out a few to some friends of mine that I went to see the movie with, but other than that, overall, I think this movie is very entertaining. I think if you listen to the naysayers, you're gonna miss out on something that could be really fun. I did go to cinema to see it. Do I recommend you go check it out? Why not? It's a light-hearted summer blockbuster popcorn type movie. At the end of the day, when I go to the movies, I go for different reasons depending on that movie. If it's a horror, I'm hoping to feel suspense and thrills. If it's a comedy, I'm hoping to laugh. This movie overall, it did what it was supposed to do. It kept me entertained, it kept me laughing, it kept me interested, sorry. And yeah, it's not the strongest film out there. I think if audiences gave it a chance, they would enjoy it more. But you know what? If you're gonna hate it from the word go, then you're probably not gonna enjoy it. So to each his own. I personally give the Ghostbusters a 7 out of 10. Okay guys, till next time. Bye bye.